Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Welcome to Geekenders, the first Geekenders of the year. It is January the 2nd. And we're here.
Yo.
We're here.
It's 2026.
It's 2026.
Yo. Yo.
Let's get in the mix. Let's eat some tricks. Because they're for kids.
But those are for kids. Oh, no.
Are we not
I'm
children
sorry,
anymore?
we can't. Because we're too old
Damn
to
it.
enjoy tricks, which are clearly just for kids. The rabbit told me so.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Sorry. Nope. The only thing you can get is kicks. What choosy moms choose.
Kicks. The ones
That's
the
it.
ones
no tricks,
where it's
only
like
kicks.
the little corn balls, and some of them are purple
That's
for
right.
some reason.
Well, that's the berries. That's when they had
Are they
had
actual
kicks, berries or whatever.
But I think they're just
No, they
the
were-
same balls, but colored a different color.
Right. Yeah. But then they had oops, all berries, I think.
Oh.
No, that was Captain Crunch. I don't
Kicks,
know. You know what?
Kicks oops
Yeah.
would be good.
I don't. I'll be honest. I haven't eaten any of that in over a decade. So I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the. Yep. Welcome back. It's 2026, and we're
Welcome
bringing
back,
it.
gang.
We're bringing the fire. This is the year. Everyone said, when you guys going to kick the podcast up another notch? And we said, not this year.
2026. This year, not
my
our
God,
year. What?
Yeah. What? Do we make a promise to do better?
Did we not? Run that back.
2027 will be our
2027
year.
is gonna be the year that shit really kicks off.
It's really going to pop off in
Mhm.
2027. Just you wait.
This year, no promises. Mediocrity.
No, this year is
exclusively
yeah.
from us.
This is like a rebuilding year. We lost some key players, and it's going to be tough filling those positions again. So it's going to take some time. We're going to have to rebuild and establish what we are and who we are in the space again.
But we're wishing everybody the best. We're sure that they'll all move on to some wonderful places, some wonderful podcasts. Lots of wonderful podcasts out there that are looking for people all the time. We're not worried about them at all. So
no, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, and no beef this year. Zero beef.
No, the beef.
Instead,
trying to do the beef was exhausting.
Yeah, no, this year it's all about chicken. We're going to really focus on chicken and fish.
We're going to make it really clear when we're terrified of other people.
Yeah, and a little more veg. We're going to we're going to health it up. We're trying to make it better. No beef. We're cutting out the beef.
Okay, I know that we said no beef. I know we said no beef, but if there was like a tournament, a podcast battle.
Okay.
How far do you think we'd make it? Do you think we'd make it through even the first round?
What is the battle in the podcast battle? That's the most important thing.
Just a fist fight.
Oh.
Would we? How far would we get?
I think we would get pretty far. I'll be honest with you. Having seen some of the podcasts out there, I think you and I would get quite far. I'm not, I don't want to put podcasts as a concept on blast.
Sure.
But knowing us,
Mm-hmm.
we've got like a barbarian rogue situation going on.
Right. We're a little scrappy, the two of us.
Yes. People don't know that I've got a berserker thing going on, but more importantly, they don't know that I've seen you in action. Weave through a crowd like a hobbit. Hide your actions. To this day, I know who you are. I watched you when we were in Poland rob an old lady blind of her money and then use it to like spend on trinkets that you just went up and went,
I've been chasing that high ever since.
And honestly, that's where we would be. People would be like, look at these two goofballs. And we come in, people would be dead. It's like an Anchorman.
But they would have died before the round even starts. And everyone would be like, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. We would be, in the movies, like those gladiator movies or like any of the movies where like there's a final fight between like a guy and another guy, but the bad guy like poisons and or stabs the main guy. We'd be the poisoner and stabber. We would go and meet them and we'd be like, you know what? Whatever happens out there, we are so excited to finally do this collaboration. And then you come up and go, Shank. And I'd be like, except we're going to win, bitch.
But that that character is normally like an archetype to show the corruption of power. Does that apply here?
No, because we have no power, which
we don't.
Thus we are not corrupted. We're not corrupted by it.
Just who
we're using it for the benefit of all. Yeah.
We're just fucked up inside.
Yeah, we're just a problem.
So, don't try to humanize us. No, it's just
only corruption.
It's all fucked up in there.
Yeah. And we'll just, whoever they put us up against, one of those like Dubro podcasts, Shank. One of those podcasts where it's like two ladies talking about life, Shank. One of those podcasts where it's like a legal scholar, Shank. One of those podcasts where it's like, two YouTubers who are probably good friends of ours, Shank. Doesn't matter. We're winning.
You know what I love is we didn't specify that it was to the death ever. You just decided that it was.
Oh, yeah, no. It's not to the death, but all of our opponents die.
But it's very suspicious.
I want that cred as we go into the next round. Like everyone they fought has died. Like we thought this is going to be like a fun Foxy boxing situation, but it's not. It's not. They showed up and every one of them dies in the ring. It's crazy. And we'll be like, I don't know how that happened.
That's so weird.
I guess we just hit too hard. Like they died of poisoning.
That's crazy.
What can I say?
Who would have done that? You should investigate. Anyway, next round.
Yeah, we would Cobra Kai we would sweep the leg the entire time. Let it be known. I'm not losing. All right. As long as we don't lose round one.
Yeah. Just give us one.
Like we got to go in. Yeah. Ooh. You could also do like the whole like, I'm just a girl, please don't hit me, and then you kick him in the nuts.
That's a very respectable move. Everyone loves that.
Right?
Everybody likes that move. Yeah. All of the parts of it are really, they're good. Yeah.
I've changed my mind.
Again.
I want us to be the heel in this situation. I want it to be overtly that people know we're the bad guy. Okay. I want to go in. I want to have like suitcases of money. I want to like have like a suit.
Just walk in, flip everybody off, take the microphone and throw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yell at the audience and tell them they all suck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Antagonizing the audience.
When I do something like kick somebody in the nuts, I can be like, a win's a win, bitches.
Yeah.
This is good. I feel like we can do this.
Stuff.
Yeah, this might be easier, honestly. The subterfuge, I think we both get tired of.
Yeah. What's our theme? Our theme is we're big money hustlers. Is that us?
Because we walk out with money.
We have suits on. Oh my God. We dress. We have like really nice suits on, and we have shades. We take our shades off and we like,
oh my gosh,
mean mug the crowd.
Yes. And every time we hit somebody and they're like taking a while to get back up, we adjust our ties.
Oh my God, we're like Agent Smith from The Matrix. Oh my God, yes. Yes.
Yes.
This is what we need. That's our 2026. 2026. If we're all going AI, we're going to be the Agent Smiths. We're doing this. This is already, if AI is happening, we're going to be your Agent Smiths. We're just beat people up for no reason. Oh yeah, that's it.
We can at least try to have a little bit of control over it, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to start taking these podcasts and putting them through some kind of a system. You could at least make us both look like Agent Smith, you know?
That would be great.
That would be great. I would really appreciate that.
Oh yeah. And then like you know, I can do a whole thing where I kidnap Lawrence Fishburne for some reason and tell him I hate humanity. Okay. And I like rub sweat on his head and be like, it's the smell. Like, oh, I can't. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Lawrence, you're up for that, right? I have my people call your people.
I'm sure he's down for whatever. We should get him on a podcast.
Lawrence, come on. Talk to us about the time we're going to kidnap you. And like,
we have so many questions for you.
Mind break thing with you. It's gonna be it'll be great. 2026. It's our year.
2026 is gonna be amazing, actually. But not as amazing as 2027. Remember that.
Right. That's the year this show comes into its own.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing so well. I had a lovely I haven't worked since last Friday. I haven't done a damn thing. I've been goofing and goobering. I sent you a message at like 1 a.m. to which you responded, "What are you doing up?" And I was like, "I just watched Goonies. It was great. I've been having a great week."
No, it was the perfect response. I was watching Goonies, and by the way, I'm on vacation, which was so valid. Like, who gives a shit what time you go to bed when you're on vacation?
I've been doing great. I like yesterday I went and did like a whole because our dear friend Alex was like, "Hey man, come over. I'm making burgers." Man makes a mean burger. I was like, "Hell yeah!" Ended up going to his sister's house, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've never met his sister. This will be fun." I didn't realize it was like a family affair. So like there was a ton of. Let me tell you something. Me plus the elderly is awesome. I do well. I do well with the 70+ crowd. Yeah. I got stories. They love to tell stories. I'm like, yeah, I got this. So I sat outside, listened to dudes talk about like old Air Force stories. Perfect. And like they'd be like, "What's it like with the internet? What's that?" I'm like, "I got you, man." It was great. And I drank beers I never heard of before. Had a great time.
There's something very lovely about being invited to someone's mostly family affair, I think. Like, sure, it can put you on the back foot, but there's also this aspect of like, oh, that's sweet that you want me there with your family, you know?
Yes. Yeah, I consider it an honor.
Absolutely.
If I am put enough together to like be around your extended family, you know what I mean? Like, if you trust me not to make a fool of myself, I am like, all right, I got you. I will be respectable. Oh, we're watching football now? I can talk football. Let's go. You know, like that. Like, I can acclimate to the situation. I'm like, whatever you got, I got it. So I like that. That's basically what the last week has been, is just going around, doing stuff, being a cool guy. I will say, once again, for the world, if you are not watching New Year's Eve live broadcast from the CBC in Canada, you are missing out. I know everyone has like, oh, I go out and I do this and I do this. It's fine. The archives are still there.
Can you
the CBC? Yeah.
You pitch it, please?
Okay. Canadian Broadcasting does a live show. Usually it's on the CBC, but you can watch it on YouTube. They have a stream there. And it is for the entire country. So it's a 4-hour show where every hour on the hour they do like fireworks, right?
Okay.
And so it is wholesome in a way that is like post-cringe. Like, it is cringy, but like in a post-cringe reality of Canada, where everyone is cold and drunk, but the best part is that when they do stuff, it's like now going live to the Northwest Territory, and it's like a woman like a shack with like 5 people, maybe a band. It's so dark you can't see anything. And she's like, we're here broadcasting from some sort of Inuit word. And it's New Year's and we're just so... And then like cuts to like this lady is like, all right, and going over to Edmonton, and it cuts to this lady and she's like in this huge ballroom and everyone's drunk behind her. They're all on camera drunk. I posted on Twitter and Blue Sky a clip from it, which is literally they cut to this woman and she's like, I'm here with my 2 new friends, and it's 2 drunk women. And he's like, are you guys having a great New Year's? And the girls go, yes. And then she's like, so what are you thankful for from 2025? And what are you looking forward to in 2026? And she's like, more girls traps. And this other woman's like, I love Mexico. And then she turns to camera and is like, like making faces. Dukes. It was incredible. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. She's like, more trips to Mexico. And the entire thing is an absolute treat. And then in between commercial breaks, they will play like little TikTok-y style shorts of celebrities. I don't know a damn one of them. Like it wasn't one of those, oh, this is a generational thing and these are all young kids. It was celebrities from all walks of life, but we're all very Canadian. And I was like, I don't know these people.
Okay.
My favorite one was the one I did know was I think it was the lead singer of Bare Naked Ladies, was like, just want to say, wishing everyone a proud, happy New Year's Eve here in Canada. And he's like recording it from the back of a train. And he's like, I'm headed up to the cabin right now. And I'm like, this is, again, the most supremely Canadian thing. It's beautiful. It's great. And the only reason why I wanted to watch it this year is because last year I just stumbled upon it. We were at a party and we stumbled upon it and started watching it. And a man in like the full denim outfit was at a bar and he's trying to do the countdown and a drunk woman's like rubbing on him the entire time. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I love this. And then like the 2 hosts, one host is this guy who's very clearly like the entertainment guy, and one host is very clearly the news guy. And the 2 of them, they're having fun, but it's so clear that the news guy is like, you've taken this bit too far every single time. And you know how here, when they do, like New Year's stuff, they'll have the 2 hosts and they're all dressed up and they're doing their things. Well, the one guy was willing to dress up in any goofy thing they gave him. The other guy was like, no. It was incredible.
That's as it should be.
It was really, really good. I love everything about it. I will continue to watch every year until they stop doing it because, oh my God, it's a treat. You only need like if you're like, I don't know, 4 hours, you only need like a good hour. You can skip through a bunch of stuff when it's just them. But like every once in a while, they'll cut to like in the field. And the field, supremely Canadian. They'll be like, and now we're going to a concert, and then it'll be a musical act I've never heard of before. Musical act, 1935 Jesse Cox, a musical act I've never heard before, and the song will be like a mix between country and punk, and you're like, what is this genre of music? It's like imagine punk music, but the guy's like, if I just lived on my farm and had a Ford. And you're like, what? What do you mean? What is this? It's great. It's great. And I love it. And I honestly, as a big fan of Canada, it's part
of the tradition now.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love you. And I will continue to be a fan. It's just, there's something remarkably wholesome about, there's no way 90% of what happens on that show could happen in the US. Because it doesn't feel scripted in any way. Like it doesn't, It feels really like, oh, these are people. Like I'm looking at people be people instead of, the way America does it, which is like now going down to, some celebrity down on the thing doing a thing and they're doing like a bit rather than, or it's like that year they tried to get Ninja to do the Fortnite dances and the crowd was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Yeah, because I think there is something really sweet, especially on New Year's. I think there's something really sweet about just being like, look, everybody's celebrating New Year's and we're all like in totally different places, doing totally different stuff. Isn't that fun? We're all just a bunch of weird meat sacks celebrating a new year. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely just, I don't know. It's wholesome. It's the only word I can think of. It's just purely wholesome, but admittedly hilarious. Because when people let their guard down and get in front of a camera, the amount of people that activate, like a switch flips and they become a different person. Like, I know for a fact that the ladies who were like drunkenly mugging the camera and like flirting with I know that they aren't like that in real life. This was their night to party, and they just happened to be on film, and they noticed and didn't care. They weren't like, oh, I'm gonna hide the fact that they were like, I'm letting everyone know
a bunch of
I
drunk
had 2
people
treat beer.
Yeah, a bunch of drunk people with live cameras is so bold.
Yeah, it's good stuff, solid stuff. But I also, dude, I did so much. I'm so pleased with myself. I'm so excited.
Tell me more. What's that?
I'm so pleased. So then I took the time, because I know before we left and went on our well, we didn't leave. We were going to take a break, and then we didn't. I forgot that part. I forgot we were going to take a break and then just didn't.
You forgot I jump scared you with a show. Yeah.
You did. Yeah, you did jump scare me. But I went and, first off, I went back through and saw a bunch of movies that I had, like, I was like, well, I got to watch these. So I watched like a series of 80s movies, and I just enjoyed every bit of it. Forgot that, so for example, Die Hard, classic film I'll watch on Christmas, even though people are like, it's not a Christmas movie. I don't care. I enjoy it, and it's fun. But what I keep forgetting is every year, it's still an 80s movie and a rated R movie, so there's just at least one perfectly placed boob. It just exists for no reason. Like, there's in the 80s, if they were like, hey, man, if we're going to make an R movie, we're going to have some nip in that movie.
One boobie in there, yeah.
And they do. And it's to the point. Well, actually, the funniest part is earlier in the movie when, Hans Gruber and everyone shows up and they take over Nakatomi, there's a scene where there's this couple like making out in this room and she has her shirt off. And so it's like, there it is. But later on, there is a double take scene where John McClane, he's up where they have like I don't know, for those who haven't seen the movie, there's a point where John McClane is up in the part where they're still constructing the roof, and there's C4 planted everywhere. And while he's up there, he sees that a construction worker has posted a poster of a naked woman. And the first time he walks by it, he does a double take, and he's like, oh, and he keeps going. Again, I always think it's funny that the premise of the movie is he came there to see his wife, but like the entire time he's like, oh, is that a boo? Which again is very like, men, we're crazy. But anyway, he sees this and then later on sees it again and does like a, thanks, baby. Like he does a touch, he like touches it as he walks by. And I was like, they made this poster a very important part of this guy's character. He really, truly is like, you're saving my life, naked lady. Thank you. I forgot about that was part of the movie, because you only ever think of like the movie. So, but that's pure 80s. So then I got on like an 80s nostalgia thing where I was like, I want to find out what other 80s movies are on, whatever service. I think like Amazon or something. I was like, what else is on here that I could watch that falls into the great movie but has exactly one moment of nudity for no reason?
Right. Is there a list?
But oh no, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's some weird website where like a guy's like oneboob.com. Don't look that up. That probably sucks.
I'll do it.
But
I'll ruin my search engine for you. Hold on.
I don't like that. But then there's there's like a whole list of movies I was going through from the 80s trying to see stuff. And I stumbled upon Goonies and was like, well, watching Goonies now. Oh no.
It stopped
I don't like this.
It stopped me from seeing it.
That's terrible.
It warned me that there was probably unsafe stuff on the website.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
So.
Yeah. So I just ended up watching Goonies. So my order of operations for movies was Die Hard, then Goonies. And honestly, I forgot. There's one thing I learned about Goonies, and I don't know if it's just I'm getting older or if I never truly noticed as a kid. But I offer to everyone, if you have the opportunity to go watch Goonies, you will discover what I think I discovered, which was most of that movie are the kids talking over each other. Like yelling at each other and then talking over each other. But because the version I was watching had such terrible subtitles, it drives me crazy when a subtitle isn't exact to what they're saying in the movie.
Me too. I hate that.
And so I turned it off because I was like, I don't want to, this is ruining this experience for me. So I turned it off. And then when you go back, like if you watch it without the subtitles of characters talking, 90% of the movie is like all of them yelling over each other when stuff happens. The only people that have lines of dialogue, which are purely audible, are the criminals. Like they're the only ones that everyone else, even Sloth is more audible than the kids. The kids literally the entire movie are just yakking like over each other.
Right.
Because they're all terrified of what's happening the entire movie, but it's constant, which to me, I feel like the direction was literally, all right, so in this scene, you are being, chased by these falling rocks. So we're going to need you to like act like you're being chased by falling rocks and action. And the kids are just all talking at the same time. It's crazy. I did not remember that was a feature of the movie, but like it's just rowdy. It's actual kids being rowdy kids, but it's wild.
The new Little Women movie, there's an interview with one of the actresses where she was talking about how their direction to make it feel like they really are sisters that are talking to each other all the time was that when someone is finishing their line, you should already be starting yours, right? Because a lot of times people that spend a lot of time together, they pick up before the person has finished their sentence. They talk over each other just slightly. And it sounds like maybe there was some direction that was like, what would naturally happen in this situation? You'd all be yelling over each other, but that doesn't necessarily make for a great movie listening and viewing experience. Yeah.
I mean, I was just about to say that I saw in chat that, that's what Expedition 33 did really, really well, was they had characters who would talk over each other, which a lot of games don't do.
Yeah.
And when it lands so well. But yeah, for some reason, there's so many scenes where my old ass is like, what did you just say? Sir, what did you just... Yeah. With that said, though, Chunk still lands for me. Chunk is still hilarious. The story he tells about puking in theater and then everyone else pukes in the theater, and the bit where they're eating ice cream around him and he gets away from them, but he's underneath them eating the ice cream. It's just a solid movie. Spielberg nailed it. Sloth loved Chunk. Jesse loved Chunk. That's all I'm saying. And I loved every bit of it. It's a fantastic film, but still insane. It's like, I didn't realize how crazy it actually is.
I haven't seen that movie since I was like a kid.
Go back, give it a watch. It'll make you want to be a kid again for like what if we just got into an adventure? What if we just left everything we're doing? Because the call to action is they literally find a map in the attic and say, what if we go find this treasure that no one has ever found because it'll save our homes? Because the bad guy isn't just going to take one home. The entire community is being demolished to make a golf course.
Right.
And they're like, if only we could find the money to stop this from happening. Which I don't even know if that's possible, but whatever. And so they like the brand new cleaning lady that they hire in the beginning of the movie, who, by the way, I forgot Corey Feldman shows her around and tells her the house they store the drugs because no one speaks Spanish. And so he has to tell her in Spanish what stuff is. And he mentions 1, they store drugs in the cabinets. 2, they have a sex dungeon. And it's just crazy stuff. And the entire time the woman's like, what? And then in the end, she saves everyone. She's the hero, really. She's the one who discovers they still have money in the end, and everyone's like, whoa! And they save the day. With gems, when they do the camera, you realize that modern TVs have ruined stuff, because when they show the gems at the end, the gems they're going to save everything, it is the most plastic-ass looking gems you will ever see. Yes. And they're like, we're going to save it. We're going to save the town.
Movie
and they
magic.
Look like, yeah, they just look terrible. But man, loved that. And then, Dukes, and then on my vacation away from everything, I know I mentioned Absolum last week.
Hmm?
Finally, not only beat it, but also went in and platinumed it. And let me tell you some things. First off, one, I love a good roguelite that says, hey, we're gonna make it so because you keep running back through this stuff over and over and over again, every time we're gonna add something different. There's gonna be new stuff every time, new things. So you'll go through a run. And like a great example is one of the progression usually is first island, second island, boss island, right?
Right.
But then one time you'll get on the boat and then you get lost at sea. And now you found an entirely new island to goof around on and fight stuff. So as an example, you find this new island, and on the island you have, like there's levels, which is, you see like a map and you kind of go like, across the screen because it's a beat 'em up kind of thing.
Right.
I said last time it's kind of similar to Golden Axe in that you can get on mounts and like shoot fireballs and stuff. But what will end up happening is it's like, okay, so yeah, you can go along this path of this cursed island and fight skeletons and ghosts and monster things. And then you hit a point where you find this small town with like a bunch of skeleton people that are like, hey, welcome to our town. And there's a manor there, but the manor has a password to get in. But you're like, I don't know the password. All right, so I guess we're just going to go this other way. So now you go into the crypt and you're fighting skeletons and stuff. And then you get to the Silver Queen, who's the ruler of this land of the dead. And she'll beat you because you don't know what the hell to do. And then you're like, all right, you go back to the beginning. And that's probably the one thing I hate the most, is that they send you right back to the beginning instead of like, oh, I guess I could just choose my level. No, you're playing through it from start all over again. Very like Hades-esque. And it's like, okay, well, let's try it again. So you go back and now you can go to the secret island no matter what. It's like, all right, we made it to the secret island. Now let's continue. So you finally get back to that small town. And this time there's like a weird guy standing out front of the gate and he's like, hey, I know the password, let me in. And if you watch him, he does little thumb symbols, and then you have to mimic those in order to get in the manor. So now you can get in the manor. It's like, okay, now I'm in this whole other place. And the manor has multiple paths to take as well. So there's like, you can go the main route and you end up fighting these weird cultists. But if you find another secret, you end up in the void, and now you're fighting eldritch horrors. And like, okay, well, we're doing all these different things. And it's, each one of those gives you some background information on the story. So it like kept me going. There was a lot of really cool stuff. The biggest issue I had, the one that pissed me off to no, like, just made me so mad.
Yeah.
Is as you play the game, if you go to the void or you defeat a certain type of enemy, or like, for example, when you're in the goblin area, you'll find this thing where like a bunch of goblins are like, hey man, can you take me to this crazy pool? I need help because it's going to give me magic and I'll become the strongest goblin there ever was. And you're like, all right, man, sure. Come on, let's go. You take him to this pool. He jumps in and then he spawns like 50 versions of himself. And he's like, yeah. And he runs off. And you're like, what? And then next time you run through the goblin area, all the goblins are stronger.
Oh.
And they all look like him. And you're like, oh my God. So the game like builds on itself. So while you're getting stronger, the game is getting harder. And at a certain point, it's like you're fighting in the first area and a hell portal opens and like eldritch beasts drop out. So now you're fighting guys that are like way stronger than you, that don't have like they have no sort of like stun that you can do to them. So you'll be hitting them and they'll be like, no, stop it. And so you're taking tons of damage and you're like, oh, okay, so I need to rethink how I do stuff. And so now you're just like constantly getting bombarded with stuff, which premise-wise, very cool. I love the idea, but it just like it hit me with that thing, and this is probably one of my biggest pet peeves about roguelites, which is because they start you back at the beginning, you can have a run that's amazing, you can have a run that isn't.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to get to a thing that only sometimes spawns and doesn't spawn for you, like a great example is there's this one mission which is like, okay, if you played the dwarf character, which I think you played when we did a brand deal for them.
Yep.
If you played the dwarf character, one of his stories is, hey, I want to take, the Underking is dead. I feel like I should go back and lead my people. So I need to find the forge where all dwarves are created. And please come with me. So you go, you do this quest. You have to go to the Dwarven Kingdom. You find this secret library. You get a book, and the book says, okay, you need to find this like forge area. It's like, all right, you got to find the forge. So you can either continue the game or just reset, because at that point there is nothing else you need to do for that. You have to reset and start over.
I see.
It's like, okay. So then you go back to the beginning and you head back to the Dwarven Kingdom. And the Dwarven Kingdom, you because you're now triggered to find this new area, you find the new area, and it's like, you must have the blood of the dragon, right? So it's like, okay. So now you have to restart, and blood of the dragon literally means one of the mounts is like a dragon that you can jump on. He's like a little lizard man that shoots fireballs. You have to find one, which, unless you go certain routes, is random as hell.
Yeah.
You have to find one and then manage to take it all the way to the forge without it dying or without you using it to the point where it just runs off because you used it too much.
Right.
And so now you're back at the forge, you finally have it, and then you can go in, and then you have to fight this giant dragon. And if you die to the dragon, you start all the way over, you have to go back, find the forge, like that kind of thing. And I'm like,
yeah,
no, this sucks ass. I hate this. I will say, if people are wondering, Jesse, how did you get that platinum trophy? Like that, it seems like that would be very difficult. I finally gave in and noticed, I think I had like 3 or 4 trophies that were just, I couldn't, it was so hard. Like one was literally find all the frog babies across the world, which means you have to do multiple runs to find the frog babies.
Did you look it up?
Thankfully, yes. Yeah. And thankfully I would have given up too, but they did a thing that I will forever love them for, which is not only at the base camp can you talk to like an eldritch dude who will make the portals stop. He'll be like, do you want the portals to continue? You can be like, no, dude, you can turn those off. But also in the settings, they have like a quality of life kind of thing, which is like, hey man, if you want, you can lower enemy damage and increase your damage. And it does not affect a damn thing in the game. And I was like, I didn't know you could do, I would have done this in the beginning.
That shit's so nice.
The minute I jacked myself up to a 500% damage and lower them to 50% damage and just blew through over the last achievements.
Just get that shit done. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. And I honestly, thank you, because some of it was one of those things where it was just very like, just keep replaying and keep replaying and keep replaying. And I was like, I don't have the patience for this. Like you want me to hunt down stuff that I don't know where it's at or how to find it, which means I have to do multiple runs over and over and over and over again. I was like, nah, I'm done. So I just went in and destroyed stuff. And frankly, loved it. Big fan. More of that, please, in games. I'm fine getting my butt kicked and realizing like, okay, this is hard. But at a certain point, if I'm like 3 achievements away from the end, you better have something in there that's called Jesse mode where I just can pound those out because I don't care anymore. I'm not here for the challenge after a while. I'm like, no, I beat it. And the fact that the ending was so hard to beat and I beat it, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't have to keep doing that. I don't have I just want to finish it.
Yep.
Yes.
I was like, and then I went from that. Again, great game, very fun. I enjoyed it a lot, except for like, the roguelike stuff, which I've never been truly a fan of. Mm-hmm. But then, man, oh man.
Yes.
I noticed, when I went to go look at it's really everything I do is kind of like I saw a thing, did that thing, noticed the thing, got sucked down a rabbit hole. Apparently that's my entire life. And so this time I looked at the achievements. I was so proud that Absolum was done. And I noticed that the sons of bitches at Sony went in and added a bunch of new content to Astrobot, which made my 100% a 76%. And it was like, well, this is what I'm doing now.
Yep.
And I need to stress Astrobot in 2025, 2026 is just as good as Astrobot in 2024. And I loved, what's amazing is they made a 2024 Christmas level. And the Christmas level has 0 challenge, but it has every single ability in order to get a bunch of presents. And I was like, okay, so this is basically a tutorial. I haven't played in a while. This is going to reteach me how to use every single one of these abilities. And once I had that, I was like, let's go. Time trials they have like hard mode things. Because I only have so many friends on PlayStation, I get to see what people are up to. I see you, Octo. I see you, time trial man. Guess what? I beat your times. I beat your time, Slowpoke.
Octo, the call out.
Not my fault. Not my fault. He's bad at video games. And so I went in there and I've just been enjoying it. And I cannot stress 2026 Astrobot, still great. Still a fantastic game. It is. So one of the levels, the music was just like, it was a timed level, so you kept having to redo it, but the music was so on point. I don't even care. It was like it's still in my head. I can still like, I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's a great game. It's a great game. I love Astrobot and I need more. Going back to it, I'm like, it's just so much fun. Mm-hmm. It's such a good game. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm going back through Astrobot. Dodger, I've had a fantastic week.
It sounds like
I'm living life.
Yeah, man.
This is the first time I think I just spent 40 minutes talking about my week. Yeah. That's how much I've been doing. I've been living life.
I'm proud of you. It sounds like you had a lot of fun and got a lot of R&R in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good. Yeah.
I've been watching my child try to kill herself on a skateboard.
I'm sorry, what?
Got a skateboard for Christmas.
As you mentioned, yeah.
Yeah. And is basically on it all the time, which is awesome. But eventually the kids, they want to do cool stuff, right? She wants
tricks and stuff.
She wants to do tricks now. So there's a trick that she's learned how to do where you put I think it's probably like baby's first skateboarding trick. It seems like it. But you take a skateboard and you put it upside down on your feet, and then you jump up and flip the skateboard over and land on the skateboard, right? And it's very cool. But the first few times that she tried to do it, she ate shit. I was like,
I mean, that's skating, yeah.
Skateboarding, yeah. So I've been doing a lot of that. I've been taking her to the skate park a lot. You
ever listening to like here I am doing everything I can.
God, I should.
Something Superman.
I need to make her a skateboarding mixtape. Yeah.
Yeah, you need like a straight up skateboarding Tony Hawk 1 mixtape.
You're so right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
100%.
This is missing.
That's
Clark would be able to do everything. Yeah. 720 ollie kickflip, no scopes. She'll be doing everything.
Did I ever tell you about? So I went to like theater camp when I was younger, surprising no one. There's a theater camp that I went to that was like a 2-month-long summer thing. It was very long, but it was very fun. And my bunkmate was like a full-on counterculture skateboarding chick. She was so cool. And I was really shy. I was really shy at the time, so I just sat in my bunk and read. And at one point, she was like, come on, I'm going to teach you how to ollie. Did not even know how to stand on a skateboard, right? She was like, come on, I'm going to teach you how to do something on the skateboard because you're bumming me out, because I just kept reading in my bunk. So I did not know how to get myself moving on a skateboard. but learned how to do a really terrible ollie. So
I need you to know, based on the outfit you're wearing today,
Yeah.
in my mind, there is a story that has taken place, like an alternate reality story where when you were at camp, this poor girl died and you assumed her personality. Like you became her. Like you were like the awkward one and no one talked to you. And
Yeah.
this poor girl, something terrible hames to her, but you liked her so much.
Gosh.
You just became her. And now you're like, I don't know why that came into my head. We're just like, I am her. I'm cool, right?
If this was Life is Strange, yeah, something would have happened to her. And then I would have assumed like aspects of her personality to deal with my grief. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You kept her alive by becoming her. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I refused to skateboard, which feels like the most important bit. So I did not commit hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's awesome that Clark is into skateboarding. It's fun. And admittedly, and I know this is going to be like a stereotype, but it does give you a little bit of a personality.
Octo says,
like when you
get me in the call. I want to cause problems.
It's not Octo, you're too slow. You're too slow.
Octo, I need you to know that when we started this podcast today, Jesse was like, we're not starting beef this year. And then immediately was like, poor Octo, what a bad gamer. Like, what the fuck?
If anything, I'm shocked Octo is up at this hour to defend himself. If anything, I thought I was hitting a man while he was down. I didn't know this was a real fight.
Octo's always awake.
This was a real fight.
That's his real power, is he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, I thought for sure. Like he's not around. I definitely can take him on. You know? And then he showed up.
Laying in bed and he went. Octo, you want to come on the podcast next week? You can hash it out.
Yeah, Octo, defend yourself
properly.
next week. Give me time to build a wall of my emotions so that you can't hurt me. Yeah. He's like, sorry, I can't come on next week. I've got to hang out with my Canadian girlfriend who we're going to a dance. Oh, he's in. Never mind. Confirmed. Octo does not have a Canadian girlfriend. No one loves Octo.
What kind of story was that going to be? I thought you were going to say, no, I can't be there because I'm going to be at a tournament. Because I think the funniest part of saying that Octo's a bad gamer is that he's constantly participating in gaming tournaments while you and I just pick our nose.
Yeah, well, you can either pick your nose and come in first place, always find gold, or go to tournaments and lose. I'm not going to lose at a tournament. I'm no fool, but I will dig for gold
because you just
day.
won't enter.
Yeah, I'm not going to. You can't lose if you don't enter. That's just facts.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. True.
Well, that's cool. Look, I'm happy that you have a child is out there doing it. But again, I'm telling you right now, all signs indicate this is a kid who's going to be like, what are they into? I'm not doing any of that.
She told me the other day that she was like, I'd like to YouTube, but not like full time. I was like, that's probably smart. She was like, well, because like, there's other jobs I could have. And like, maybe I'll make YouTube videos sometimes, but I don't want that to be like my job.
That is
like, that is sensible.
Not only is it sensible, that is the attitude of like, when I wanted to like do acting stuff, but my parents insisted I have a fallback. Yeah. And that fallback was teaching. I genuinely believe Clark is, I want to do things, but like if I can't, I'll just YouTube, which is really funny. Like I'll do what you guys do if it.
Right. She's like, I've got the nepism. I'll be fine on YouTube, but what my real passion. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm ready. Oh my God. Oh, if I can just live long enough to see the Clark punk phase, the chain, the baggy pants.
Oh gosh,
my God.
I hope. Yeah.
That's gonna be a winner. That's gonna be a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and then she'll like skateboard through the hall at school, and teachers will be like, "Cut that out." She'll be like, "You can't tell me what to do, man." Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Oh, and then you'll have to take Clark to Hot Topic.
I don't have Hot Topic here.
You don't. What is the UK version? Is it like
I don't even
Little
know.
Tushes?
Captain
Umbrington upon Shire. yes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever that place is, the dog place in Camden. You'll probably have to go to there.
The dog place?
Cyberdog. Probably have to go to there at some point.
Cyberdog? Never heard
I
of
think
that.
that's what that's called. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
That's a mild topic. Polite disagreement. Yeah, those are fantastic British stores.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You have to do a whole thing. Oh, yeah. I'm excited. This is great. 2027 is good. Yeah, you know what? That's going to be the year. 2026 already a wash, but 2027, dude?
I'm really curious to see because we were able to just wear, within reason, whatever we wanted to school. The kids here have to wear uniforms. I'm really curious, like, if there's more of an interest in leaving the house so that you have the opportunity to, like, express yourself properly with, like, your clothing options and things.
Dodger?
Yeah.
I need you to know that in my perfect world, Clark is going to school in uniform, but like Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he turns the jacket inside out because the inside out looks better, and they can't yell at him because he's still wearing the uniform. And oh my God, I love this for you, basically.
For me, yeah.
Yeah. And then she'll get in all sorts of trouble, and the teachers will be like, "You kids!" Oh, it'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am doing everything I can and skating around like Bart Simpson through the city. It'll be great.
Perfect. Yeah. Like, do kids here, they go to school in their uniform, but they have like a change of clothes in their backpack so that they can hang out with their friends right after school, but they don't have to do it in uniform? I'm just so curious what the logistics are.
I would kind of like, I don't know. Part of me feels like, I would think the uniform's cool. I know that makes me lame as hell, but I'm fine with the uniform. If I would like go out in it, like I wouldn't have a change of clothes. I know it's about expression and fitting in and stuff, but the older I get, the more I'm like, man, they gave me a stylish outfit to wear.
They don't give it to you.
Done.
You have to buy all of it.
Never mind. F them.
They don't give it to you. They upcharge it insanely and go, this is the only place you can get it. It's the only place you can get this exact uniform for this exact school. And then you barf
like a
on
college
yourself.
book. Like a college book where you have to pay for your own professor's book and it's like $800.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
Oh my God. A canon event for people that went to university is buying a book and being like,
those are my favorite was when I'd go to a class, get the syllabus, have to go to the bookstore on campus. I get the book and I look down and the book I just bought for $120 for the class is written by the guy who's teaching the class. And I'm like, this is a scam. What do you mean? No book is this expensive. And it's like, well, I wrote it and it's very informative. And you bought, now I'm on the New York Times bestseller list again. Like that, it's like, screw this. Anyway.
Yeah.
Big fan of Clark, not a fan of, I was going to say books, buying expensive books.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you, speaking of books, are you reading anything right now? Are you guys still doing
I think
the Star Wars shit, or is that on hiatus?
Yes. No, we're definitely still doing it. The problem is that for Star Wars, we are in that weird space where in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, there was nothing.
Okay.
And so all the comics have ended, all the books have ended, and the only things available right now are the Ewok movies, the Ewok TV show, and the Droids TV show. So we're going through those, and I must stress, they're terrible. They're not good. The second Ewok movie's kind of fun, but like they're not great. And so that's what we're doing right now. And then eventually we hit the early 90s when it like actually becomes the Star Wars books everyone knows.
Okay.
And so that's we're on our way. So we're not actually reading books at the moment. We're watching mediocre TV from the late 80s, which is still very 80s coded.
My friend was really obsessed with the like there was a whole bunch of books in the 90s that came out, I think, in the Star Wars universe that were just like the next generation down. It was like Boruto, but Star Wars.
Yeah,
like,
what
all
ends
those
up
other
happening?
characters, they're the parents. They're side characters now. They all had babies, and the babies are the main characters now.
Yeah, they do. In the early 90s, they have a like Star Wars renaissance of books that starts with Heir to the Empire, and then it kind of like blossoms from there. And yes, at a certain point, Han and Leia have kids, and spoilers, one of them is not. He's a bad guy, which they definitely stole and borrowed for the new movies.
Yeah.
Luke hooks up with Mara Jade. Shout out Mara Jade, best character that they completely removed. Thanks, Disney. And yeah, there's a whole thing. And then they have like a weird intergalactic aliens show up. And it gets very strange towards the end. But they also create like an evil, kind of sexy, but evil eldritch horror woman who's like, I will eat the universe. Like weird stuff. It gets weird. But yes, at a certain point, and then they release the prequel movies, and then all of it becomes prequel content. It like goes from being we're getting weird, whoop, prequels. You're like, oh, all right.
Okay.
Cool, man. So yeah.
Have you read those for the show?
No. We are still show-wise, we're doing everything in order. So we are still in the late 80s. Like we read through every single comic released, even the British ones that only showed up in British newspapers. We watched the holiday special. We've read every the books that came out that are very not Star Wars. Like some of the books are like, how the hell did they think there's like magic? In one of the books, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker have a literal Dragon Ball Z like shooting laser beam fight at each, and they're like, well, that's, I don't know what that is, but that it's wild. It's a treat. Yeah, that's a Star Wars New Canon Book Club. Oh, Old Canon Book Club is what it's called now.
Old Canon Book Club now, yeah. Was that because you finished all of the new canon stuff, or because you just were over it?
It's because every single time we filmed, if you watch the New Canon podcast, each episode gets longer and longer and longer to the point where we're doing 4-hour episodes where we yell at each other because half of us love what's going on and half of us hate it. And then there are things we love and it literally just got too much where we were like, all we do is record us fighting. What if we don't do that anymore? And so now we went back and we're like, let's go look at stuff where we don't care. Because it doesn't matter. It's all old stuff. It's from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Nobody cares. And let's go back through that. And so we're going back through it, and it's been a real treat because we are experiencing stuff from a time where no one knew Star Wars was going to be like as insane as it is. It's popular, and it's like a huge movie, and it has an audience, but there isn't like a weird fandom yet. Like we're going through the like Insider, which is this magazine that was created for LucasArts people or Lucasfilm people. And there's something very sweet about seeing a section in the back of the magazine that's like, hey, my name is Steve and I live in, such and such a place, and I'm just looking for other Star Wars fans out there who want to talk. Like that. It's very wholesome and sweet.
Yeah.
But as we're starting to move into the 90s, you can see the like makings of a fandom that will be very obsessed over things. Like people will message and they'll have sort of a letter section, and the letters started with like, I'm really excited to see what Mr. Lucas is up to next. I hear his new movie Tucker is coming out. I wonder if that's going to be any good. And now it's like, it's been 10 years since we've had a Star Wars, and George said one was coming in the 90s. Is it on the way? When can we expect it? I've been waiting for some time, and I think Mr. Lucas, it's like that kind of thing.
Right.
Where it's very clearly becoming the Star Wars stuff we know, or just fandom we know today. It's wild. But then also, there is pages of merch you can buy. And I think people forget that they used to have magazines where you would have a little thing that you'd fill in what you wanted, then you mail it in with the money.
I used to do that
and then
with
they
Sonic
mail
comics.
you the stuff. Yes. And so this one has a whole list of like some of the most incredible merch that does not exist anymore. There is like, you could literally buy actual real replicas of all of the stuff from Indiana Jones. And so it's like, you want a real leather jacket and whip? You can buy that. Like, do you want like they had crew jackets from Empire Strikes Back you could buy. I was like, this is the coolest. Essentially, every time we review that, we're like, I wish I had money and it was 1985 right now because I would buy this in a heartbeat, but you can't. And we've gone online and tried. There was one, it was a watch, but it was like a giant watch that had a huge Yoda face. And Yoda looked so weird. And we were like, I would love that watch, dude. Can't buy it. It's been a treat to go back through and watch. Like, yeah, like everyone makes fun of the like holiday special. It's not terrible. It's weird and definitely cocaine was involved. But from a like sociological perspective, there is a scene where Grandpa Wookiee watches a bunch of sexy dancers and is 100% getting off to it. You're like, what is happening? And at the same time, later on in the movie, they make a bunch of Imperials watch Jefferson Starship do like a whole song. It's great. And then until there's like maybe 20 minutes left. And that last 20 minutes might be the worst 20 minutes ever conceived. Like, it makes no sense. It goes off the rails. It really is bad. But that first half actually was super entertaining. I was like, this is actually quite fun. Same thing with all the Ewok movies. They're not good, but they get progressively better. And you're like, all right, okay, this is fun. So I'm like enjoying it. I think the consensus is it's nice to go back and look at something old that we didn't actually, I didn't experience any of the Star Wars 80s stuff at all.
Yeah.
And so, like, I watched it much later in the 90s and was like, yeah, I don't like this. And so, experiencing it again, it's kind of fun going back to see everything. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. But that's kind of like the vibe right now. Yeah. Yep. But no, if you're asking if I read books,
I'm asking,
like, not Star Wars books.
Have you read anything that isn't Star Wars lately?
I think I told you the last one I was reading, I haven't finished it yet, which is the book that's about the old lady who has to go into her husband's mind to find I'm still reading that.
Okay.
So, and it's very entertaining. I also downloaded the audiobook so I could listen to it and sync it up while I drive places. The audiobook is one of those ones where they hire different actors to play different characters, and the old lady playing the old woman rocks. I don't know who this actor is. She's great. It's because every scene she's in, she has this kind of like she very clearly, at least in the writing, is like an old lady who can handle her own life, do her own thing, but everyone tries to baby her because she's old. And since she's very British, like in the opposite direction of like being polite, she's like the opposite way where she just like hammers them with truths. She's like, you don't have to stay here. I know you're here because you think I'm lonely and need company, but I don't want you here. Like that kind of thing. And I was like, great, perfect, love this. This is what I want. Big fan of like the, I don't want to say elderly voice actors, but every time like an older woman shows up and does like VO roles, I'm like, yes, let's go.
For sure.
So big fan. Yeah.
Yeah. I love audiobooks where if it has like multiple POVs, if they hire a different person to do each of the points of view, I think it adds so much to the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why whenever people ask about audiobooks, I'm always like, listen to the Six of Crows audiobook. It is so good because they do that. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, like, yeah, that's what I've been. Are you reading?
I just bought 2 books. I had 2 books recommended to me. And I was like, I haven't like sat and read anything in a while. I read like so much last year, it feels like. But for the last like month or so, I haven't really read anything. So I bought. Have you heard of a series called Dungeon Crawler Carl?
No.
It's apparently very funny and really good. So I was like, okay, I'll get the first one of those. And then a friend of mine recommended a book that they said was the best book they've read in years. And I was like, that's high praise. Called The Spear Cuts Through Water. But I would like to say they pitched this as a small book. And it's like 500 pages. I was like, our ideas of what small books are is different. We think different sizes of books count as small, clearly.
Yep. Yeah, that's a lesson I've learned is some people will be like, oh, it's a small book, easy read. And I'll look at it and be like, what do you mean? This is like 1,500 pages. You guys are crazy. Yeah. I don't.
Because I read a lot of novellas. So to me, if somebody's like, it's a short read, I'm like, cool, like 100 pages, you know? But, you know, we have mutual friends like the lovely friend of the show, Kristina, who will just sit down and read a 1,000-page book and be like, that was a nice light read. You know? So, you know, we're all in different places when it comes to books.
I must stress, I was told about a book that I don't know the title of. I know no information about really. Maybe someone listening will know this book, but it very clearly sounds like the Romantasy side of book talk, where premise-wise, and I must stress, it's not for everyone, this book. It is clearly someone's fetish, but it's about a girl who is your average nobody, you know, every young adult novel, except what happens in it's not young adult. It's about a girl who's like the princess of a kingdom who gets kidnapped by raven lords, men who can turn into flocks of ravens. And the raven lords repeatedly double team this girl. The entire time.
As ravens or as boys?
That I don't have the answers for. I don't know. But like there's one guy who's like the badass, like not like he's like a mean guy and he kidnapped her because like her dad tortured him or whatever. And then the other character, he loves her, but only because she reminds him of his, I think, dead girlfriend or something.
Okay, so it's vampire.
And so absolutely. It's purely just every other one of them, except instead of vampires, they're ravens. And everything in the book, everything I know about this book, and I guess there's a sequel too, is like absolutely someone's like real dark fantasy about just utterly being used. That's it. As far as I can tell,
I need to find out if this is just Vampire Diaries fanfic that got turned into a book about Raven Boys. I need to know.
All I know is every single thing is all the men in the book absolutely just use this woman. And she's like, I'm kind of into it. That's the premise. And the entire time I was like, no way, this is like, again, I have to believe in I was like, no way. Initially I was like, no way was this written by a woman. Everything that this main character thinks about is like what a guy thinks a woman would think in this situation. Right. But I was wrong. I was wrong. This is clearly a book for the ladies, and this is clearly a fetish thing. I was like, no way a woman would think like this. False, Jesse. False. The more I went down this rabbit hole, the more I realized, once again, it affirmed to me that men, when we talk about like sex and things, it's like, yo, dude, did you hit that last night? Like, what can I say, bro? What can I say? Women are like, so,
little freaks.
How big was his dick? Like, it's like so hyper specific. It's like, yo, so did you sleep with him last night? Yes, and let me just say,
how many ravens did he turn into?
18 hours later. What now?
How many ravens did he turn into? That's what I
I don't like. I only
I'm saying
have,
in the hypothetical conversation with a chick that just got double teamed by Raven men, I'd be like, how many Ravens do they turn into?
Great question. I don't know. What I do know is that the end of the book. What I do know is at the end of the book, the last line of dialogue is CAW CAW. I do know that.
When you started this story, I thought you were going to talk about that like milking minotaur book.
What?
You surely you've seen this book. Surely
what do you mean?
There's a book.
What do you mean?
Where it's like
what
a chick
do you mean?
and she's boning a minotaur. It's like a minotaur milker book.
No, I have never seen that one, but I have with Crendor gone on Amazon and looked up the books that are like the adult self-published books. Those are prime comedy. One's like My Night with the Raptor, or like
Minotaur,
My T-Rex Lover.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is the name of the book. Please look it up so you can see the cover.
The Milking Farm book.
Morning Glory Milking
Morning
Farm.
Glory. Honestly, she seems happy.
She seems like she's having a nice time.
Yep. What the, I don't what's crazy is that they have to like spell stuff out for people, because as we discovered, reading between the lines and media literacy is completely dead. This, if you keep scrolling down, released December 9th, 2025, Tanya and the Milking Farm, a milking CAW contract with forbidden pregnancy. I don't even know what any of that means.
Oh my
like these
goodness.
there's all right, you know what? I can't, you keep scrolling down.
There's one where a lady bones her door as well. I don't remember what that one is called. The door like becomes sentient.
Okay. I
haven't read any of these books.
I need to know what I just discovered, and I don't.
Okay.
Oh my God. All right. So the book is called The Sweetest Milk. And it has like a man, like a jacked, ripped man. Hold on. It has a don't look this up. Don't even look it up. It'll spoil it.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm so sorry.
It has a jacked, ripped dude, and it says The Sweetest Milk. And it says The Sweetest Milk, a gay story. So in my mind, I'm thinking, what are they milking over there? But if you click for more information, it says a lactation story. It's not what I thought that was going to be.
Interesting.
So now, yeah, I was like, of all the things, there's another one. Oh man, it really is. Remember how when we had a talk about making games and we were told combine two of the things you love to make a game?
Yes, which I still think is good advice. Yeah.
I see that in the form of Amazon erotica, which this person combined. I like witches and I like milking erotica. And so Witch Star Milk Farm, a Blackwood Realm story, a mystical mountain farm where a fallen angel from Rose Heaven. What is, these words are not words that, I'm done. I can't look at this anymore. I'm going to get irate. Like anyone can make a book and throw in their fantasy. How dare you? Erotica's an art. You can't just willy-nilly throw in from Rose Heaven. The magical witch goes to the milking. You can't do it. You can't do it.
I think we do need to keep in mind that people are writing books with AI now too.
Oh God, you're right.
So people are going,
God, I heard a commercial.
People are so into that Minotaur milking book. Right book with Raven voice. Continue, sorry.
No, there's a commercial that I don't know if it's like a national thing here, but it's like a lady will come on and be like, I was trying to find a Christmas gift for my husband and I didn't know what to get him. And then I found this AI thing that makes a whole book. You input all this information and then it makes a book about your husband. And I gave it to him. We laughed and laughed at it. It was so much fun. And I was like, that sucks. That sucks. That's terrible. And that's the thing that exists now. You can do. There's radio commercials for it. I don't like that at all.
I was hoping that the end of that was going to be that you went to look at reviews, because I'm so curious how those books end up. Surely bad.
Yeah, I think that's what the
I guess if
was
you
when they
live,
said,
laugh,
"Oh, we were
love
laughing
hard
at
enough,
it."
Yeah. If you're like, I just want to live, laugh, love book, I think AI could do that. But if you want it to actually be like have well-written things about a human being, I don't think it could do that. If it was like, what a lovely husband, etc., it could do that.
Rule 34 stands on its own. Anything that you can write about, it's the same vibe. I am consistently impressed by the fact that there's multiple genres of like books clearly designed for like, what is women of the world? What is your insane fetish that if you told someone in public, they'd look at you like you were crazy? Well, we have a book about that for you. Enjoy. I'm here for it, but I think it's crazy.
Can I public service announcement?
Sure.
I think more people need to realize that whatever book you're listening to in your car, everybody else can hear it. I think more people need to know that. You know, when you're like driving next to a person and they're on a phone call and you can hear the entire phone call happening, even though all of their doors and windows are shut. The number of times that I can hear somebody's audiobook playing from the car, I need you to know that unless you specifically bought a soundproof car, that people can hear what you're listening to. It did, obviously, you know, there are variables here. How loud do you turn up the volume? But we as humans, sometimes if you incrementally increase it, you don't realize how loud it is. People could potentially hear what you're... Do a check. Play it, get out of the car, shut the door. See if you can hear it. Because, you know, some of y'all are listening to stuff that you don't want other people knowing that you're listening to in your car.
Honestly,
you know?
I've always thought that people who turn up the volume in their cars want people to know what they're listening to. Or if they're having a conversation, they want people to hear that conversation because it makes them seem like a hotshot. I've always thought that.
I do think
because
so.
you have to really, really crank up the volume in your car to get people to hear it outside these days. And I've always felt people did that on purpose. And so I think they want people to know that when they drive around town, they're listening to dirty smut.
Business boy. Or
I mean, they're an important business boy, yeah. I'm here for it. Ladies, go nuts. Have fun. Have your vampire Raven Lord smut fest. I just think it's very funny because it's always one of those things where it's like, you'll see an old lady on the bus sitting there by herself, little like bag next to her, reading a book, and you won't think much of it. But if you look at the book, it literally is like 3 days in the jungle with the sexy, tour guide. And I'm like, okay, Nana, all right, go get it, girl. Yeah. We need more of that. What I'm saying is we need more of that in the world. Guys have all sorts of wacky stuff to get off to. Very clearly, they were like, books are for the ladies. And I'm here for it. Yeah.
Wherever you get your kicks, regardless, it's out there for you.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, it's fun watching chat go by and people argue over like the fiction of erotica. You know what? I love that that's our chat is talking about books. We're doing it. You know what? By 2027, it's all going to come together.
Yeah. I just got concerned. There's a website where you can take a fanfic and you can put it into the thing and then it pops out like an AI voice read version of that fic. And my immediate thought was, I can't imagine taking a fanfic that I've read and listening to it in the car. I don't want anybody knowing what I'm listening, what I'm reading. I don't need that. I don't need anybody right here, you know?
I realize I was going to say I'm with you and I agree, but I realize that when it comes to music, I'm the opposite. I was in the car the other day and I had like, I don't know, some channel on, and I Want to Dance with Somebody comes on. Whitney Houston, classic song.
You crank it.
I cranked that shit up to the point where probably people would look and be like, what? And I was in the car like doing I was singing. I was doing a thing. I was feeling it. And I must stress.
Stress it.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Music, I'm great. I love that. Yeah. Can't control
when I can
me.
hear other people's music. So clearly the categories are different for everyone. I like hearing other people's music.
You got to separate.
Sometimes it's different than you expect.
Yes. Yeah. Music is meant to be shared. Thank you. I'm glad chat's on our side with this. Crank it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Are you exhausted? Did you find you're like,
yeah, I'm tired now. First
it happens.
First Geekenders of the year.
I get it. You're allowed to be tired. You had you were so busy watching your child do everything. Yeah.
I know. I was standing off to the side. It was crazy.
You were being supportive, and that's so taxing.
Yeah. And then my mother-in-law like made a roast and invited us over to like have free food.
Oh my God. Then you had to eat it all? Oh
God. And I had to play Little Sleeping Bunnies with all of my nieces and nephews.
Time out. What is Little Sleeping Bunnies?
Little sleeping bunnies sleeping till it's nearly noon. Can you wake them with a merry tune? Okay. It's a game. It's a kid's game with a song. And you are a bunny. Okay. And when the song is doing the little sleeping bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon, can you wake them with a merry tune? They're so still. Are they ill? Wake up, bunny. Then, so you're pretending to sleep. You're the bunny. You pretend to sleep on the floor. And the second that the person who's singing it or the audio track says, wake up, bunny, you have to jump up as fast as you can. And she goes, hop, little bunny, hop, 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 little bunny, hop, 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 little bunny, hop, 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 little bunny, hop, and stop. So you hop, hop, hop so aggressively. And then when she goes, and stop, you have to go back to sleep.
Look, I'm
bunnies.
Sure in the moment, it's very sweet and like fun for the kids. But the way you're describing it sounds like a Korean horror movie. It sounds like one of those things where it's like they wake up in a weird home and it's, you know, they're laying on the ground and the sound comes over like, wake up, little bunny.
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff is crazy sounding.
Little bunny, hop, hop. Yeah, yeah. They're like, this song, I heard it as a child. Yeah.
Yes. And then when they get up and the hop, hop, hop starts, the room shakes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But the floorboards start to fall out from under them.
Yeah. One of my nieces is like fully feral, so she wants to play it constantly. And then if you're like, okay, we're all exhausted, we're done now, she'll grab like the nearest thing and just chuck it across the room. It's incredible. She's one, by the way. She's like barely walking.
All right. I was about to say, like, how old is this person? But second off,
it's amazing.
Fully feral is awesome because I imagine they just found her in the woods.
Dude, this kid, she stands on shit that she shouldn't be standing on. And then she grabs shit and just chucks it. I'm like, where is this arm strength? It's amazing.
That sounds like a stripping family member. That sounds like one of them.
They all have a little bit of that. In one way or another, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, how else do you end up either being, I assume, a model, a celebrated military figure, an actor, and or ski instructor or football? I'm trying to think of like everything I know about Sam's family is everyone is like, that's right. I'm the best in my field doing this one thing that you didn't even know was a job. Like, okay, cool.
God, these elves. Somebody's got to stop them.
Yeah, these damn elves. They can do anything.
Fucking elves, dude. Yeah, it's the competitive spirit. They bring it into all aspects of their life is the problem.
I genuinely believe that. I feel like there's like a whole thing in the background that you're not privy to. Again, like a horror movie where they're like, hop little bunny. In the background, they're like training these super elf people to rule over the world. Yeah. I get it. Yep.
I think I've said this before, but my mother-in-law once, I think about this all the time. My mother-in-law once, when Sam and all of his siblings were arguing about something for like 15 straight minutes, she goes, I love having 5 children. It's incredible because they're all right all the time. And I was like, that's such a funny read of your own kids. Like, they just can't accept that they're wrong ever. And there's 5 of them. So they will drag it into the dirt if there's an argument. It will go on forever.
That is basically what the Star Wars New Canon Book Club became, is a 4-hour argument over whether Last Jedi was good or not. And it just, at a certain point, it was circular logic. We were an hour in and we were just reverting back to previous talking points, and just it kept going to the point where I was like, guys, we have to stop.
Yeah.
That's, I imagine what that is. This is just a circle of like argument that goes nowhere.
Yep. I'm glad you escaped.
Siblings, man.
You saw the cycle. And you were like, we got to stop this.
I'm self-actualized. What can I say? I'm pretty good. I'm a disruptor is what I am.
I see.
I disrupt. I find an area of attack and I disrupt it. I take something that we all take for granted and I ruin it.
Right.
That's me.
Ruin seems like an aggressive word, but sure.
That's how disruptors disrupt, okay? You don't understand. Me, Elon, other Elon.
Yep.
Elon from Amazon.
Yep.
Meta Elon. All the Elons and I, we disrupt. That's who we are.
Dang.
Every kick streamer, we disrupt. We're disruptors.
You know what? I'm going to get on board with this now, yeah.
You don't get it.
You're right, I don't. I'm so sorry. That's why I'll never be a disruptor. I just don't.
That's why you'll never be a
it.
disruptor. Yeah.
Yep. Do we have news?
Well, there was one thing. I mean, it's the new year. There's no real news. I will say, 2 things up front. If you like free games, one of my favorite games ever, Total War 3 Kingdoms, is on Epic Games for free right now. I know some of you are like, Epic Games. It's free though, and it's Total War 3 Kingdoms, and I love those games, so that's free right now. We also learned our boy Harada from Tekken, after 31 years, is walking away, which, shout out to the man that had a weird brunch with me one day while at EVO. That was a weird time. That was great, but, goodbye to Harada. He said, and I quote, Harada_Tekken is completely dead. So there you go.
Oh my goodness.
He is not one to be subtle. Then we found out that PlayStation was like, hey man, we might have to postpone PlayStation 6. I know we said 2027, 2028. Whoops. It might be too expensive to make new consoles because of all the parts costing so much. So cool, man. And then an interesting article that actually was a real article that I want to talk to you about. It's really the only news that came out, but it's fascinating because I'm curious what you think. Again, we're delving into the world of AI. Brace your butts, everyone. But I'm curious because I have thoughts on this, and I would love to know what you think. All right, so oh, by the way, before I jump into this, another thing that I just in the news in general, fascinating to watch. Expedition 33 be like the darling of the gaming world in beginning of December, and at the end of December, everyone coming out of the woodwork to shit on it. It's crazy.
Yes. I know.
I'm obsessed with the fact that like it's like multi-level. One, it's other developers throwing a little shade, and two, it's gamers who would never have played Expedition 33 unless people told them it was amazing, playing it and being like, I hate this. It's like, dude, if you never loved an RPG, why are you playing this to begin with? It's very weird to watch. And now with the fact that I guess at some point in development they used AI, so people who are like very anti-AI, fascinating to watch. People just jump on and be like, I hate it. Who knew? But I also imagine that's just the louder parts of the internet. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like a general statement, but it's weird to watch that pop up. Anyway, the story I want to talk to you about is there's a Polygon article about PlayStation 5 apparently has a built-in help feature that no one ever uses. But I guess Sony has a patent that was made back in April of ghost assistance. And I think we talked about it at the time, but we have more information about it, and it's interesting. So basically what this would do is the game session, like let's say you're playing a game and you're stuck on something, you don't know what to do. Right now your options are go to the internet, look up like a game FAQ, or watch a YouTube video, which honestly, great. Love that kind of stuff. But what they're saying is that this new thing, what it's going to do is it's going to create a ghost assistant where if you're in the middle of a game and you're doing a thing, you will connect to an artificial intelligence engine, and that engine generates what Sony calls a ghost character, which will basically show the player what needs to be done in that very specific portion of the game. The interactive actions by the ghost character are configured to progress the ghost character along an interactive path in the game. And based on the phrasing, it seems the player will have to like turn on a specific mode. So it's on off. You don't, it isn't on all the time. So you have the option to turn it on or off, which I think is kind of interesting. And then players will be able to control how much help this AI character gives them. It'll guide the player through an overlay on what needs to be done in that moment in the game and help you kind of like navigate that using natural language that, like normal AI would speak to you. My question to you is, do you feel that is a valid use of AI?
So if we were taking the just like general misuse of AI, lack of regulations conversation out of it, say that this was a perfect world where like we had sorted a lot of that out, and one of the ways that they wanted to use AI was in this way. I don't see a problem with that. I think it kind of goes under the umbrella of like, you are playing a game, use whatever tools are available to you to play the game in the way that you want. I do think it's sad because I enjoy the fact that when you get stuck, sometimes you have to engage with other gamers and the community in order to figure out what to do. I think there's something nice about that. But like, that's a my feelies thing, right? Like that's
yeah. Like conceptually, I'm with you on the idea that I think that on a conceptual level, having something in game that doesn't require you going to an outside source should be kind of what the objective of a console should be. I don't know if it's AI or whatever, but having something in game where you can like have an overlay on the screen that can help you or talk to you, going back to like Elden Ring stuff, having all the notes in the world, that's player made. And that's fantastic. It made the experience so much better having that. Recently, I went back, I said earlier that I was playing through Astrobot again. The new stuff they have in it, that is the time trial things, so when you get to the end of the levels, there are 2 rockets that fire off. And if you get there before they fire off, you can save both characters. And that's like how you get the completion for those things. But there's no timer on the screen. It's a time trial that doesn't have a timer to show you how fast you're going. The indicator for how fast you're going is there's a speedy red bird and a fat blue bird. And the speedy red bird, he's flying the course, and if he gets to the end, he lands on the trigger and the rocket shoots. And the fat blue bird, if he gets there on the end, he lands on the other rocket and that fires off. So you're racing against these two characters on the side of the screen that show you the path of where you need to go, and they do it 2 separate times, and you know you need to be ahead of the red bird. I love that. Like, that made it so cool mentally to me. Like, okay, I understand. I see where the red bird's going. So if I fail, at least I can watch the red bird and get the pathing down. So now I know. And it's that kind of thing is, okay, I'm learning. I'm doing things. Conceptually, the idea of something like that in all games, like going back to Elden Ring, seeing the ghosts walk around the shadows of people, fascinating. That kind of stuff I love, and I'm here for it. I like that kind of stuff. I love the idea of accessibility things in games for people to play.
Sure.
And I think having something in a game where you could say, I don't know how to do this, I'd love a tip, and the thing pops up. In my mind, though, the best version of that is to have, like, the game dev or have someone from the team or whatever pop up on screen. It's like, oh yeah, I know this part's really tough. All right, so this is what you got to do. Like the old days when you called the Nintendo hotline. You know what I mean?
Yes. I was just thinking about that.
Like that kind of thing. I think that's more in what I would like to happen. But conceptually, if we're looking at the wide breadth of AI, it's like I'd rather it do that than make art for the game. You know what I mean? Or make music for the game. I'd rather it be like, I'm an assistant tool to help you do a thing. Very similar to like the doctor on Star Trek Voyager. Like, well, we don't have a doctor. We need a doctor. Get the hologram to do it. That's like, okay, yeah, we needed a thing, and having it in game is great. But I'm also very down for the ability to have a pop-up where you can watch a YouTube video in your console while you're playing the game. Like that would equally be fine with me. I think I'm about people getting help. And if there's different ways to do it, I'm just not about the fact that like everything I learned about AI, I'm like, it's costing us so much and using so much water.
So much.
And absolutely destroying the environment. Like it is taking jobs. It like doesn't seem very sustainable. So there's got to be other ways to do it. But like you said, on the grand scheme of AI, I feel like that's probably the most apt use of it is to be like, here's a thing. Voice is going to tell you what to do.
If, at the end of the day, if that sort of thing was utilized, it would be a tool like any other tools. It's just this tool has a lot of fucking baggage. There's a lot of baggage with this tool that we still have not figured out how to offload. So.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's because we got AI trying to do crazy movies. Like dudes are like, I made this movie with my, rather than do that, I'd love a helpful voice that probably isn't going to take as much power to be like, hey dude, so yeah, this part's really tough. So what you're going to want to do is jump on that platform there and make a 360 spin. It'll launch you in the air. Like that's what I would like. Okay, that's the tech I'm here for. I'd like that kind of thing. I don't want to watch some guy's shitty version of a Ghibli movie. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
So yeah, it's very interesting. But I saw that article and was like, I want to talk to Dukes about this because it seems like a thing that, is almost sensible, but still exists in a world of, it's still AI nonsense. And if that works, they're going to sell us on some other nonsense. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I would be concerned about is, and there are always going to be game devs that take it really seriously when it comes to the progression of learning how to play the game and know how to do that well or figure out how to do that well. I would be concerned that would be sidelined because there would be sort of an energy of, well, if they don't get it, they can just ask the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, going back to Absolum, I genuinely believe some of those parts were designed to be extra, extra, extra hard. So you'd be like, I got to look up and see if there's an easy mode. Because like, there's no way. I'm genuinely like, there's no way a normal person beat this. There's no way. But again, I'm also not an 18-year-old gamer anymore. So my tolerance for throwing my head against the wall. Yeah. But, and so maybe that's why also I'm like, all right, okay, I can see kind of like this being a thing. But I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right that when we think about the way games are made, every time a new thing comes along, that becomes the focus over everything else for a while. And I definitely feel like people would slack on game design because they know that you as a player can just press a button and a voice will tell you what to do.
I think
means we get a lot of moon logic.
Yes.
Yeah, we get a lot of moon logic again, where it's like, yeah, no, you press this button and then you take this tray to the wall and then the wall opens and you're like, how would anyone know that? Yeah. No, I don't, I just thought it was super interesting, but it's a patent, not a real thing, and I don't think Sony's going to actually do anything with it. Just because it seems like the stuff they do have in game that is or on console that's supposed to help you, no one uses. No, if anything, the big thing I've taken away from consoles over the last couple of years is that Xbox had a ton of features no one ever used. I believe it even had a feature where you could picture in picture, like if you wanted to watch a YouTube thing while you play a game, you could do that. No one ever used that, right? Xbox was like, we're trying to be a like really good cable box where you can watch TV and you can do and no one bought into that, to the point where literally Xbox is not a thing anymore, really. Xbox is like, anything's an Xbox, even a PlayStation. And you're like, okay, man. All right. And then PlayStation, as I've learned from playing Astrobot, there are features in that damn console that you can blow on your controller and it makes a thing spin on screen. I'm like, I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know what the mechanics are of that. Astrobot was like, no, we have all this tech, and they just never used it. So I'm convinced more and more. Even Nintendo, when you first bought the Nintendo Switch 2, it had a game that was $10 you could buy that was like teaching you how to use the Nintendo Switch. And it was like it's very fun. It's like, imagine you're at a convention and each booth is a different feature of the Switch you learn about, and it gamifies it. So it teaches you how to use one thing as a mouse. It teaches you how to do all this other stuff. And it's brilliant. In fact, one point it does the rumble, like the rumble in your, like the rumble packs of the controllers. It plays a song with the rumble. Like, it's fascinating. It's really well done tech. But so few people bought it or cared. And I think IGN rated it the worst game of 2025. So just like, and then it is absolutely, there's tons of cool stuff built in that'll never get used.
Yeah.
Never. And that's how I kind of feel about consoles, is no one wants to use that stuff. They go there to play their game. They don't care about it. Yet it's some of the best, coolest stuff they have, but no one uses it. So why invest the time and energy in it? Nintendo will, because Nintendo,
Yeah. I do think part of that is because there's also an interest in, like, if you're putting your game on one system, you want it to be able to go on other systems. And so if you put too much thought into, like, how can I make hyper specific, like, things that interact with the Steam Deck or the PlayStation controller or whatever, it might feel like you're putting too much effort into one console.
Sure.
Which is sad.
Yeah. Like, I still think back to Returnal. When I first played that for PlayStation, how when it rained,
Returnal's
the controller,
so good.
You could feel the raindrops. Like, that kind of stuff really creates an experience when you play a game, more than just my controller starts rumbling for no reason, Or, oh man, what was the horror game where you're playing, and if you have a PlayStation controller while you're playing it, the heartbeats you feel in the controller. So as the thing's getting closer, your heartbeat's faster, so you can tell where it's at in game because your heartbeat in the controller is getting faster. Like, that is
smart.
It's that kind of stuff that I love, and it never actually pays off. So in my mind, the idea of all right, we're going to invest in putting AI in the game to do this thing and do this thing. I don't know that anyone would ever use it. It'd be a giant waste of money and time. So
yeah,
it's quite upsetting, but it'll be curious what the future brings, considering they already said the next Nintendo just released a console, so we're not getting a new Nintendo console for some time. Xbox is out of the console game, and Sony is like, well, we may not have one till 2028 now.
Yeah.
So who knows what the future of gaming is going to look like? Even the Steam machine, they're like, we're pushing that back.
I know, which I'm so sad about because I was really jazzed about that actually.
Honestly, me too. There are so many games that I have on Steam that if I had a console and I could sit on my couch and play, I'd pound them out so quick.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Is Xbox officially out? Not officially. They have room to appear and be like, we have a new console. But technically they're out of the game.
Mm.
Yeah. There's no like, guys, we lost. There's none of that's never going to happen. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, on that lovely note, what have you got going on this week, buddy?
This week, on Monday, we have Scary Game Squad. It's going to be the last one for like 2 months or so because I'm working on a video that's just going to take too much time. And most of Scary Game Squad, for people who are curious, is me going through and rewatching all of it to make sure there's no weird edits and things. So every time you get like a 3-hour Scary Game Squad, I have to spend 4 hours rewatching it. And it just takes time. So I just don't have the time for that and to actually make videos that require heavy editing. So there's going to be like a little break. So you're going to have to wait. Probably will return when Resident Evil comes out. So that'll probably be when we come back. Yeah. And then I've got a bunch of right now over on the YouTube channel is a 2026 little update video where if you're really curious about what I've been doing over the last year and what 2026 will bring, I have that. There is a delightful tease of 2 games I'm working on where you can actually get video and see, especially if you were curious about the FMV game. Our dear pal Rupert Booth put together a little thing to show off some of the footage.
Cool.
It is very like, it's not color corrected. It's not, there's like the music is placeholder. It's very like, we just have footage and we put it together to show you, but all the filming's finally done. And, we put it together. And when I said it was like Doctor Who, now you know what I mean. If you've seen the footage, it is extremely Who coded. And then, I'm headed off to MagFest. So we can talk about either A, doing the episode earlier, B, I can set up, because I actually went out and I got a little setup for traveling. And we can try it. It may not work. I don't know, but we can try it. And I feel like it'll work. And we can give it a go.
I'm fine with doing it earlier in the week so that you can just focus on MagFest.
It's all right. I mean, I have to leave Wednesday. So it would be early in the week.
So we'd be doing another show in like a few days.
Yeah. It might be better just to try it. I'm fine with I'll be on the East Coast, so it'll be later in the day for me. I'll be fine.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. I like that. And So, and MagFest is great. If you've never been, it's like a very cool music festival / gaming festival where every night, nerdy themed bands play, like 8-bit big bands there. And, MegaRan is usually there. The delightful gent who does our intro. There's all sorts of cool stuff. I love it. I think it's sold out though, but it always is. And, a treat. One of my favorites. And this year I'm doing a show every year except last year because I was sick. I do a MagFest Versus show, which is a insane game show where we pick people from the crowd. And man, oh man, let me just stress. There are prizes to win, but if you don't win the prize, they break them in front of you. It's crazy.
What?
And last year, because I was sick, our dear pal Elsbeth hosted. And so this year we're both hosting it, which is great.
Cute.
So expect a laugh riot. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to.
Awesome. Dang, you had so many things to say. I am finally going to be getting back into the swing of things next week because my kid goes back to school. We're going to be starting up Deltarune. I haven't played Deltarune at all. I've never.
You played
don't know
Undertale?
Anything. Yes,
you played Undertale.
I played Undertale many times, and have somehow avoided basically everything about Deltarune. I don't know who the characters are. I occasionally stumble onto art of them and just keep scrolling. I don't know anything about it. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to hop into Deltarune because I think we just got an update from Toby Fox about the next part coming out. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to be doing that next week. And we got new anime cults coming out. We're getting Mathis to watch Mob Psycho 100 because I think he'll love it. And if we get together and he doesn't love it, I'm actually going to crash out because it's so good. But anyways, that's basically what's going on with me.
I'm so excited for you to just dish about Deltarune. I've not played it either. And honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get to playing it. So I'm so excited for you to jump in and tell me about it. Mostly so that I don't have to spend the time playing another long RPG. I'm excited. You let me know.
Yeah, I will. But for now, thanks so much for watching Geekenders, everybody. Happy New Year's. I hope you all had safe holidays, safe New Year's times. It sounds like we'll be back next Friday. It might be scuffed. We'll see. It's scuffed is fun, I think.
Not me. I got a setup now. I need to test it. It's the perfect time to do it.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm down. Hey, if you enjoyed this and you want to watch any of the other Geekenderses, you can find them at youtube.com/Jessie Cox. That's where all of the VODs live. We're also on podcast apps. You can find us basically anywhere. So, if you are somebody who really wants everybody to know what you're listening to in the car, you can find us easy peasy and crank the volume.
Could you imagine if people were like staring at you, be like, what a weirdo, and you were blasting us? I'd be honored.
I love it.
Especially the segment about Ravens double teaming a girl. Blast it!
Yeah, it's a good cross section of things, I think. So, yeah. Load that shit up, guys. Have a fantastic weekend and week, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
CAW CAW. Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, scream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.